Hi guys. So click like and click share. Hey guys, hi Facebook, hi YouTube. Oh, it's been a crazy, crazy week. So now I get to come back and say hi. I got a new hairdo since the last time I saw you guys. At least on the Art of Transparency talk show part, anyway. I think I've been live with this hair since then. But hey guys. You are tuned in to the Art of Transparency Talk Show. I am your host, Makita Moore. Hey, I got some great powerhouses in the building tonight. I think talking about business and purpose was the absolute best show to come back on because I've been gone for, I think I left in June and then I was coming back and then I broke my foot. So I had to heal from that. Once I healed from that, I was like, I have to go back to my show. I miss them. So I am back, and the foot is almost there. I think I'm about 85% there. Um, it was a long healing. So I broke my foot July 9th, and today is September 6th, and I'm still not like really, really there. But I can walk without the boot. Yay. So I'm healing. I'm getting there. Hi guys. Hi. So I got some powerhouses in the building tonight. And let me tell you, these two women, since I have met them, have been amazing for me and with me. They have amazing businesses. I'm wearing a shirt from one today. Hey, Pretty Women Are Founders. She has a lot of different things. So Pretty Women Are Founders because we are. I think she has one on tonight too. Well, one of them have one on tonight, and then there is my other guest. Oh my gosh, she's amazing too. We've worked together through some stuff, and she's one of the reasons I have my show back because I was like, I need my show back. So she's one of the reasons I have my show. So I'm going to introduce to you none other than Takara Nicole and Edlina Beard. Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hi.
yes.
Hey, so I am going to let you guys introduce yourselves because you guys are so special to me, like super special.
Okay.
I have a lot of guests, but y'all guys are like super special, like really special. Not all my guests.
I appreciate that.
Right.
All my guests are special. I love them.
I didn't want a waterproof makeup tonight, so you should have worn
Ah!
waterproof.
I got mine.
Oh,
So, Takara, we're going to start with you. Tell us who you are and what you do.
absolutely. So my name is Takara Nicole. I am indeed a founder. Hey, I love that. Pretty Women Are Founders. Okay,
Yes, we are.
I'm gonna have to grab me a shirt, Mrs. Beard.
Absolutely.
So I'm a founder of a couple businesses, one of them being Boss International, which I've transformed into my consulting business, which I absolutely love, taking someone's idea and just helping them form it. And then I push them out to other people who can literally help them build it. So just helping them get the foundation or helping them rebuild the structure so they can soar in everything that they've been created to do. So I typically work with millennial and Generation X women because from my research, we're the ones, either we're the millennials because we're just different, or we're the Gen Xers and we're like, look, I got an empty house going on. I've served as the wife, the this, the that for everybody else. Now it's me time. Now it's time for me to figure out me. And I love helping Generation X women figure them out. So that's where I step in and change in my hat and come in as the identity coach. And so learning to call myself the identity architect and coach, because everything that I do has to do with building women up to where they need to be, either in the marketplace or in the community. So that's that business. That's my coaching business. And then I actually have my dearest baby that I birthed in 2019 is my publishing company called Boss Publishing International, where we have not one but two books coming out on Black Friday, where my Kita Moore is a co-author of. So
I am
super excited. I have not dropped the title yet because it's gonna wow people away. But just really excited about really running and pulling triggers left and right and serving the kingdom while being that Pretty Woman founder and doing everything that God has called and created me to do. So that's a little snippet about
Just
me.
a snippet.
Just
Just
a
a snippet. Just a snippet. Thank you, Takara, for joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
Adelina, let me tell you, I met her on Facebook. Like, Facebook is amazing if you use it. It's supposed to be used. It is so amazing. It connects so many people to so many different people. Like, I've met so many wonderful women and men on this here Facebook thing. I absolutely love Facebook, so you won't get me to say it's bad. But Adelina, tell us who you are and what do you do?
Well, thank you guys for having me. Congratulations on the book. I can't wait till it come out. You know, I support, so I'll probably be getting my copy.
Yes.
And so, as Miss Makita said, Pretty Women Hustle. I'm wearing a Pretty Women Hustle tonight, not the Pretty Women's entrepreneurs or CEOs. I went with the hustle because we all out here hustling. We can hustle on every single day. So I'm Adelina Beard, founder and CEO of Beard Admin Services. We specialize in everything from business startup, nonprofit startup, trademark services, contract services. I also host entrepreneur workshops and webinars, and I do proofreading and editing for book author, self-published authors. I'm not a publisher, just proofreading and editing. It's one of my specialties. I know. So, and I also have a journal book that's strictly created for entrepreneurs. I journal a lot. I feel like it's a form of therapy. And, you know, since I journal on a personal level, I feel like I should make one for entrepreneurs because we really go through a lot of stuff being entrepreneurs and owners and dealing with different personalities, different clients, different things that can go wrong when you're an entrepreneur, days you don't make money, all of that good stuff. So I journal everything in the book. So I created that just for entrepreneurs to have an outlet. Also the radio co-host for Hotspot Radio. I got a dope co-host, DJ Los, the host with the most, as we call him. And I also am the proud owner now of Pretty Women Series Apparel, which was created to pay homage to the professional woman. So whatever your profession is,
right.
I have a shirt for it. So I chose the Pretty Women Hustle because some people have multiple businesses. So there's Pretty Women are CEOs, entrepreneurs. Of course, the Pretty Women are founders. So that was created. So whatever your profession is, if you're a custodian, I have a shirt for it. And I just launched the color collection. Also, the breast cancer collection is coming up just for the month of October. So I try to do special months to pay homage back to those. And then we're going to take some proceeds and donate it to the Breast Cancer Foundation. So that's pretty much what I got. I got some other stuff going on, but I can't spill the beans yet. So, so you know, count me in. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. It's like a nice Sunday evening outside. Like it's a real nice day today here in Chicago.
So guys, let me tell you, when I thought about this show, I couldn't think of two better women to really push because I know, Atlanta, you push business. Like, I need you to have this, and this in order. Like, it has to be in order, period. And then, Takara, you push purpose. Like, you really stand behind purpose. So when I thought about it, and I was like, those are the two women that I feel would really give us what we need for tonight. So how do you all feel about business and purpose? Because I know for me, it goes hand in hand. I can't, if I don't walk in that purpose, then that business does not, I don't feel like every morning I should get up and do what I do because I'm not motivated. But because I walk in purpose, I'm very motivated to do what I do. Like right now, working on this huge project, and I can't think of nothing else but that project. And it's like, until I can finish this, I can't move on to the next project. So how do you guys feel about purpose and business? How does that work for you?
Well, for me,
no, I'm just saying, wow. I was just releasing my wow. That's it. Go ahead.
For me, business and purpose is very important. I believe that you cannot have business without the other. One thing that I do instruct in my entrepreneur workshops is purpose and passion. and business. So with all three of those, I believe you unstoppable. You have to find your niche. So you have to find what you're good at, what you're passionate about. And then you need to figure out what the purpose of the passion is. Most people have a backstory
Yeah.
when they start companies or when they start any type of project. They have a backstory. And I feel like the stories, the organizations or businesses that start up with a purpose behind it and a story behind it and a passion is probably the ones that really go far. Because most people can resonate with that.
Right.
And if you know, so it's like a resonation type of thing. If I can resonate with your purpose, then say less, count me in. Right. So I think it's very, very important to have both of them together. And once you find your purpose, then you are able to help others without even trying. Like some people go into things and they're like, well, I can't help nobody because I can't help myself. But when you create your purpose, then you find yourself helping others. And that's how I end up in my business is, you know, I figured out my purpose and that's how I end up. Now I'm just helping like people nationwide start businesses and educating them on why it's important to have all the proper paperwork and what they need and what's on these forms, because most people just be getting paperwork and they don't understand what's going on. It's like, you can, you know, and if you really want to strive in this business, you know, if you want to strive in the entrepreneurship world, you have to be educated. You know, don't worry. I know you're going to perfect your craft. That's a good thing. But, you know, once you figure out that, then everything else comes with a breeze. So that's kind of my take on business and purpose. They have to coincide with each other.
Absolutely. So I'm going to come aside you because I don't believe in piggybacking. I believe in come aside somebody.
Hey, I like that.
I'm going to come aside you and say, for me, and I think about it a couple of different ways. One, I think about Habakkuk when it tells you to write the vision and make it plain. And so you literally have to understand which direction you're going in, because people are like, oh, I want to work for myself. So then that's a great goal. But what's the vision behind the goal? What's the vision that's fueling the goal? And then I kind of have the saying that's called knowing your VIP status. So knowing that your vision plus your identity equals your purpose. If you don't have all those things, then you can't equal purpose. If you have identity, you won't be able to get to your purpose. If you have vision, you won't be able to get to your purpose. Vision plus your identity equals your purpose. So vision is knowing where you're going, or even just pulling the trigger to have the courage to even draw out where you desire to go, and having the faith or whatever you believe in to walk it out, and understanding you're going to get back, you're going to fall, you're going to get back up, you're going to fall back. If you have the right circle and tribe around you, they're going to push you right back up because they believe in the vision as much as you do. They understand your identity as much as you do. They understand where you're heading, and that's to get to the destination called purpose. So understanding who's riding with you is really important. And if you're your own cheerleader, then you really have to hone in on the vision even more. The vision needs to wake you up. The vision is the thing you go to bed with. The vision is the thing that that's standing before you all the time. So understanding and having that fuel for it. Just don't write something down and be about something just because it's seasonal. You know, vision is not seasonal. If you have a seasonal vision, you're gonna have a seasonal business, and you're gonna be stuck in between, wondering why you can't push the go button when it's your time to go and soar. So really understanding what you're getting yourself into. So being able to come to I always get your name wrong. Forgive me, Altina, right?
Atlina.
You know what I'm saying?
Just Lena for short.
Oh, see, that's what we roll with. See, if you gave me a nickname, I can rock that all down, rock that on the shirt too. All right, so you know, having people in your life like Lena, real talk, is important because it's to have the idea. I can get you to where you need to go with the idea, but to get it on paper. People, that's where people get tripped up, or they overthink the process, or they have these people talking in their ears, talking about, I can't get to this. Well, then you don't want it if you're letting these people drain you before you even get to get started with the process of going where it is that you need to go. So understanding that your vision needs you. You need to understand who you are to be able to work the vision. If you don't know who you are, you ain't gonna be able to work nobody's vision, but if somebody else is a 9 to 5, because they give you the work. So if
I'm sorry, my window up.
No, you're good. You want to be an entrepreneur, and that's the other thing. It's mindset. So understanding that a 9-to-5 mindset, people are giving you to work.
Yeah.
You're in this meeting, you got this assignment, there's this deadline. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to understand purpose at a whole nother level because you're the one creating the purpose. You're the one.
You gotta get up. You gotta get up.
Look, you gotta get up. You gotta drink. Look, you can't have no. I'm gonna start my day at 10 o'clock. Boo boo, you done wasted 4 hours.
No, absolutely not.
That don't work. Even that don't work. That don't work. That don't work. So understanding your purpose and working it the way that you have been created to work. And don't try to be like somebody else because they can't wear your size 11s if you wear size 11. They can't do it.
That's true.
They can't do it. Now, they might.
That is true.
They could stuff the tissue paper in it or the paper towel in it, whatever, to make it look cute. Because that's what a lot of people think. We make this thing look cute. We make it look cute.
Yes. It's not. It's cool.
This is who we've been created to be, and we've owned that with the trials, the tribulations, the testing, the making, the molding. This thing is, we're pretty women. Don't get it twisted. But this thing has been perfected. And when we think about perfected, there's no such thing as perfect. Biblically, perfected means that you're maturing. You have to have a mature mindset to be able to obtain purpose. It's cute to say, I want to start the business, and that's a great thing. But now what? And that's what I teach people. Okay, what's your purpose for wanting to start a business? Or you want to come off your 9-to-5? Great. Okay, so
but now what?
Yeah.
You want to write?
It's always a now what? It's always a now what?
You want to write the book? Amazing. Okay, we got it. It's in our hands. Now what? You know, so presenting people with that now what, and if you don't know who you are, there cannot be a now what.
Now what? Yep. Absolutely. I agree. I know when I wrote the first book, going back to even book writing, I just wanted to write the book to kind of get it off of me, right? I never knew it would turn into a tour. I never knew it would turn into what it has turned into. However, right, that was all a part of a bigger vision that I hadn't seen yet. It doesn't mean that it wasn't my vision. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But once the vision actually opened up, I was like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. This is it. So I take it, and now we're touring 8 or 9 cities a year. Absolutely amazing. And I wouldn't change that. I would not change that. So I started the year with 2 books, and now I'll end the year with 9, maybe 10. I've actually lost count.
Nice. Like I love it. I love it.
You know, and everybody wants to talk about the pandemic, right? So for me, I have to say that I believe God stopped the world so that I could catch up, because he knew it was some things that I needed to do that I wasn't doing because I was so busy going to this job, going to that job. I was in school. I was doing a lot at one time. There was no way I could actually catch up. So he stopped the world so that I could catch up. And now that I'm caught up, I'm ready. I've never been so ready before. So the pandemic, it didn't damn me. It didn't damn me at all. No. And I believe I walk more in purpose now that this has happened, because I know that this job is not guaranteed. Not saying it, in a bad way, but the pandemic hit, we all had to be sent home. So now what? Yeah. Now what? How do I make money and I can't go to the second job? How do you survive now? Yeah. Now what? So for me, my now what definitely highlighted my purpose. It highlights my purpose, and my purpose is business. Yeah. So I don't see me being back in this situation again. Because I just, you walk in your purpose, in your purpose. And so do you guys think you're doing what you're supposed to do? You kind of touched on it, but was this your when you woke up at 12 years old, did you say this is what you wanted to do?
No. No. Let me elaborate on that, which is so weird that you say that, because I literally had a conversation with a client yesterday on every time I want to kind of like step back from this business and pull myself out and do something else. Some kind of way I get sucked back in and I get swarmed with clients and it just goes. And it's like, okay, God, I'm listening. Like, I know I'm supposed to be doing something. Like, is this really my calling right here? People really trust me with guiding them in the entrepreneurship field, which I know I don't know everything, but I really try to keep myself updated on what's going on, what's changing, stuff that I can be able to talk right out the top of my head, so I won't seem like I'm fraudulent. So it's just like kind of go like, and it's a lot of information to keep in the brain though. So when I was 12 years old, I wanted to be in law enforcement. I wanted to work for the SEC. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
I wanted to work for the SEC or be an investigator for the state police. That was my thing forever.
Wow.
I even went as far as got a degree in criminal justice, cybersecurity. So I was like, I really want to, shows like American Greed. Those are my shows. Because I've been really thinking about how, and then I'm like, well, maybe it's like I don't know how, a next lifetime type of thing where I'm on the opposite side of the business side of that, where it's a person that's out here taking people money through a fake business, and I'm out here trying to keep you on a right and narrow with the real business. Wow. So maybe that was something that was supposed to happen. I don't know, but definitely not was supposed to be pushing paperwork a lot. I do have a business background, a degree in business administration, so that's my first degree anyway. I come from a corporate background, and then I've been in business for myself almost 10 years. Next year is my 10-year business anniversary.
Wow.
So it's just keep going. And it's like every time I want to just, all right, I'm going to step back. And the pandemic just really made it worse. Like it just took off. It was like people went into a panic or something. And I have so many clients now, like way more than I had before. This is a really good year for me, just based off of COVID-19, which is also a scary time and an unknown time right now when we're dealing with the pandemic. So that further pushes me into like, well, maybe this is my purpose. This is why I'm here. Yeah. I'm supposed to be doing this, and I'm supposed to be doing other things along with some of the stuff that I'm getting ready to add to my businesses. All kind of go together. Of course, the pretty women all go to the professional woman. So it's still all about the business, whether you work for somebody else or you work for your own self. And then doing radio is something that I have very much fell in love with, like wholeheartedly. I really wanted to stop doing this to do radio, to be honest. I was like, yep, I quit. I just want to do radio. I love it. I love doing the news. I love having fun. I love working with my co-hosts. I love meeting new people, going out, being media. Oh my God. I was like, yep, that's it. This is what I want to do. Which I never knew I even had a passion for radio until DJ Loves brought me in. So, but then this keep popping back up. So my baby, and the reason why I call the workshops Birth Your Business is because when you start a business, it's a baby. You carry the idea, maybe not for 9 months, but if it takes that long, then
it can. It can.
For anybody that's watching, if anybody that's watching, if it take a year for you to start that business, let it manifest. Don't rush it. Don't try to push it out like, oh, I'm ready to start the business now because I got the idea. Don't let the family members say, oh, girl, you bake good cakes, so you should start a cake business. No, you need to do some research. You need to nourish the baby in the belly first. Give it all the nourishment and the love, and take care of yourself. And then you need to birth it. Then you need to love it. Then you need to take care of it. Then you need to grow it.
Yeah.
Then you know what I'm saying? And it's all different stages as if you were growing a child.
Yeah.
So that's why I, named the Birth Your Business, because it really is a baby.
Yeah.
It really is your baby. So that's why I know I did not see myself doing this for 12 years.
Girl, let me tell y'all, I'm pregnant right now. Not literally.
We know.
Calm down. I know. I don't have them parched, y'all. Because I'll have somebody in my inbox like, Nikita, no. But I am pregnant, and it's painful, right? Because I'm right at the end of the pregnancy. And it's painful because it's also a secret. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm hiding it. It's a secret. So that makes it a little bit more painful. But I did share it with my daughter, which is my manager, right? So she is on paperwork and everything. She is my manager. So I shared it with my daughter today, the actual vision, and she was like, "Mommy, yes, this is what I was talking about."
Oh, that's so sweet. Love it. See, the kids are the generation. You got to do that.
Yeah, I asked her to be my manager, even though I knew she would say yes, but I still had to ask her because she's grown and you can make them do stuff when they're grown.
True.
I can, but I'm not. So I asked her, I was like, "Will you be my manager?" And she was like, "Mommy, I accept." And she's a crybaby like her mom. So she cried and everything. And I was like, "Yeah, this is the way to go." So there is a baby being birthed as we speak, and it's huge for me, and it's scary. And people like, "Makita, you have had a million businesses. What difference?" It's a difference when it's really and truly your calling and really and truly your purpose.
Yes.
It makes a difference. It's not, oh, let me go get up some money and just go get this business. This is really and truly huge for me. And I've, you've done it before. It's not this though.
Yeah.
Not this baby. So, Adelina, just know, so you got work to do. You got a whole lot of paperwork.
I'm ready when you're ready.
You got a whole lot of paperwork to do.
I'm ready when you're ready.
And Takara, she's kind of walking me through it. She's like, "Hey, we don't know where you at, but let's get here." Because I'll be here.
Yeah, and I'm really
bring it in.
I know. And I'm really hard on my clients too. They'll tell you in a good way though. In a good way. I'm on you. I'm staying on you.
But that's our job, and that's what people pay us for. And so it's funny we're talking about this because one of the things I tell people all the time, I said, you couldn't pay me $1 million to tell me that I'd be doing what I'm doing. Because my thing was I wanted to be a lawyer and eventually a judge. I always wanted to be a lawyer and eventually a judge. If anybody, I wanted to be a lawyer and eventually a judge. And what changed that is when I started managing student housing development. And a lot of a nice number of my students were law students. And when I went to bed, they were still up. When I came into the office, they had the same clothes on. And I'm like, did you go home? Because the clubhouse was 24 hours when my office was. I'm like, did you go home? No, Mr. Carr, we stay here all night. We pulled an all-nighter. I'm like, y'all do this a whole lot for law. And so, being around them and listening to their experiences, I was like, oh, negative. That's not it for me. But I've always been a talkative person. I've always been one to give advice to people. I've always been the one that people come to get that wisdom. And so for me, what I realized is I grew up in the house with my grandparents. So yes, I am on paper, on my birth certificate, I am a millennial. Okay. But in real life, I'm a Gen Xer baby boomer. Real life. The music that everybody listens to right now, I don't get down with it. Give me some Al Green, the Four Tops, the Temptations, Johnny Taylor. Give me some of that. So Sade, mix it in with that. I can rock that all day, and I know that all day. So I'm a little older now. Like I said, on paper, I'm a millennial. Well, I'm old. I'm an old soul. Yeah. So I tell people all the time because as outgoing as I am, I like being behind the scenes. I like administrating behind the scenes. I'm one of order. So that administrative gifting that I have, because I used to run from that, I would never say I have a gift for administration, but I do. To be able to do like this all day. So like when I go on trips with my family, they get annoyed because I'm like, okay, so what are we doing today? Do we have any order today? No order.
I'm the exact opposite. Like, I don't want order. Don't come knocking on my door. But I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So that annoys people that are in the room with me. They're but you're up.
I can't help it. Now I'm the one who gets up early. So I read the word, or I'm sitting quietly, or I'm working on something, drink my coffee. Like this morning, got my coffee. I'm sitting on the patio, listening to the birds chirp, the windmill, the wind, and just the squirrels playing on the power lines. Like I just like that time to just settle my spirit and kind of figure out things. So when I'm on vacation, it's kind of hard not to be like, because you're operating on purpose for purpose all the time. So it's not something that you can shut off. I mean, because I'm saying how many business people out here like are always thinking about business, even if it's an idea or something hits you, or you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're typing away, you're trying to get it out. And so, no, you couldn't pay me $1 million to say that I would be where I'm at. But after I look back after what I've been through, it makes sense. The publishing company, my mom called herself grounding me at the age of 7, taking my radio, my phone, and my TV privileges away. Heck, I used to write short stories and poems and all these things. So the author and the writing coach, that's just who I am. I remember in 7th grade, my English teacher would always mark up my stuff saying, "You're using these big words and you're just going into the stores and picking these big words." I said, "You can't use this word no more." So yeah, I am. So just being real eloquent with my writing, so it's like, really going back. And so I realized, even when I at my babysitters, we would play Office, and I would have to be the main one, that ran the office, quote unquote.
Yes.
So it started taking me back and making me understand who I am. It's things developed and introduced in my childhood that I am just simply operating in now. And I have such a grace to operate in these things. So somebody who looks in my life and be like, how do you do this and this and this and this? For me, it's easy. I don't think anything of it. And it's a joy and a privilege to be who I am. But that's something that comes with owning who you are and all that you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, the lows, the ups, all of it.
All of it. Mm-hmm.
Every single bit of it. And I tell people, I'm going to need you to get your life, every single ounce of it. Don't leave nothing out. Nothing missing, nothing lacking. They be like, dang. I'm like, well, you hired me as your coach, so I'm just going to be 199 with you.
Yeah.
So to put everything together and mold it and shape it and understand that you're called to where you're at. And if you're not called to where you're at, you need to hire somebody who's a life coach who can get you where you're at. Because when you love what you do, there's so much fulfillment. When you can really own the fruits of the spirit, the joy, the peace, the freedom, and being who you've been created to be. You can do it so effortlessly. That's how you do it effortlessly. You can do what you do in your sleep. That's purpose.
Yeah. It's crazy that you going back to what you said about when I was a kid. Well, when you were a kid, you would write and all of that. But when I was a kid, I used to always play teacher. And I had to be a teacher. So then when I started working in the school, I was like, see, this is the purpose. This is it. And then other stuff started coming to fruition. Like, this is an office job still. This is not, you're still not in front of a class. You're still not training. I always wanted to be the teacher. So all that I got coming, I have been in tears, y'all, all day because I've been working on this plan. Lord, it's killing me, y'all. But it's not. I'm not going to.
No,
it's not. It's amazing how things just come together, right? And I've been working on this plan now for like a week because I'll do a part of it and then I start crying. So I just kind of put it to the side because I'm a big crybaby and I'm just like, I don't want to cry today. I can't have puffy eyes going to the party. So I've been crying, but then I'll stop crying and then I'll cry again. But today I just cried it out. Like, come on, I got to get this finished.
Yeah.
Because I got so many other parts to this part. So I need this part to be finished so the other parts can happen. And I just think about how, for real, when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was be a teacher. Yeah. That's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was be a teacher. And then the other part of that was make women look pretty. I just want to make women look pretty.
Wow.
And I was always the control, like the bossy one.
No,
I was always controlling the narrative. Like, no, it's got to go like this.
Well, guess what? You're like doing that right now. You're doing that right now. She helps me with my trademark for the Art of Transparency.
Okay.
So I called her and she's the one thing I can say about Adelina is she'll help you if you want to be helped, but you got to want it. You know what I'm saying? And she knows that if you don't want it, she's not going to waste her time. And I love that about her. So when I finally called her and I was ready, she helped me. And she was like, look, this is the way you have to do it, blah, 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 blah. And when I did it, right, we did skip one main thing, but she probably said it. I wasn't listening. Let's go with that. She said it. I wasn't listening. I sent it off and it came back and it was like, no, because you didn't answer blah, blah, blah right. And you didn't do this part right. And I was like, so about the fact that I didn't get it. And she was like, yeah, everything got a match. I told you that. And I was like, oh, but it do match. It's like it don't. So and it's small. It's just a word. It's dog.
It is.
She's like, okay, so
yeah.
Because it's small, does that mean, what does that mean? You still didn't get it, right? So it's not small to them. Get your life. So she makes you get your life too. And I say that to mean like that's why you guys are on the show, because I feel like you guys can really push business and purpose. And if you don't have your paperwork in order, you can have all the purpose in the world. It's gonna be just that. It's a hobby.
Definitely.
I didn't say it that way, but if you don't have your paperwork together, baby, you're doing a hobby for purpose. It could be purpose, but you gotta have paperwork in order, because the state or the federal government, they don't care about your hobby. They care about what is this on paper and what does that mean?
Yeah.
You just saying I got a business with nothing to show for it, you got a hobby. And I hate to say it that way, but we come on here to be real. We come on here to be true.
Absolutely. Listen, you know I'm all about the realness. Part of my thing is definitely educating clients. I don't want to just take your money. I need you to be educated on what's happening. Even after the business is up and running and your project is done with me, I'm doing follow-ups. You can always call me to ask questions. I don't believe in dumb questions or stupid questions, or if you think it's dumb, nope, you need to ask me if you're not sure. There was some fraudulent stuff going around with people getting their LLCs, and they were getting this letter in the mail.
My daughter got it. She was like, Mom, what is this?
Yeah. So and I was like, and it was like, you got to pay $87 and you just started your LLC. So this is how I feel privileged and honored that my clients trust me, because I got flooded with this question. Like, am I supposed to pay this? I thought I paid. I'm like, no, that's fraud. And then I go on the site and the state of Illinois is saying it's fraud. So then I posted it on all my pages because, I do my little entrepreneur chronicles and I give out business tips weekly to people who just don't know. And they was like, and there was so many other people just hit me in a DM was like, I did not know I was getting ready to pay that.
Wow.
Yeah. These are not even my clients. Most of these people I don't even know.
Wow.
And they were like, I was getting ready to pay that. And I'm like, no, that's fraud.
And it was like $100 and some odd dollars. It wasn't no little money. It was, I mean, that's little compared, but to just give you that for no reason.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you have. And then what's so crazy is my daughter called me like, but Ma, I thought you did that for me already. I said, you do have it. That's fraud, sweetheart. And she was like, but Ma, how they know?
Man.
Because your business is public record. So your information, and they're allowed to just randomly go search companies, or they follow the algorithm, and that's how they contact people. And then your address is public knowledge as well too. So
right.
That's why it's very important. Like, if you don't mind having your home address floating, it's out there, and there's no way that you can have it private. So it's a matter of public record is why people can do that and solicit you for stuff. And most people who don't know. So that's another thing. Like, the city of Chicago has workshops weekly. I don't know everything. Or somebody might explain it different than I do.
Right.
Or I might not be available to take you, or you can't afford to pay my consultation fee, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater. So I post every single week the workshops that's offered by the city of Chicago. They're all free. And some stuff that I don't even dabble in, that's not even my ministry. So if they're covering it, I'm going to post it so that you can get the information that you need.
Right.
So it's like, it's not just about me doing things. It's like, I feel like there's some vital information. So if you become a real estate agent, or you become a cosmetologist or something, I can do your paperwork and everything. Some of the stuff behind that is not my ministry.
Right.
I don't know about the licensing and stuff. That's not my thing. So if you really want to learn about what you do after you get the paperwork, start taking some of these webinars and these workshops. It's free. It's very informative. It's very cut and dry. It's recorded. So if you sign up and you miss it, actually, they send you the link to go back and watch it.
Awesome.
And you can always save it. So it's just a lot of things. It's a lot of different avenues that I try to help people out with.
What's crazy is COVID helped with that. Because before you had to get up, go downtown, go sit in these webinars. 9 times out of 10, the webinars was at the same time that you were at work. Or at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Honey, I gotta go home and cook dinner. I can't go downtown. So now COVID has it where everything is virtual.
Yeah.
So it's easier to sit in your bed with your glass of whatever and look at the webinar and take your own notes, rewind it. You know what I'm saying? So COVID actually helped in that.
And nobody can see you.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You can put your PJs on.
Yep.
Put your PJs on, have a glass of wine, sit there and really learn. I got a few of them that's coming up because I need to know how to do what I'm trying to do, right? I've done it before, but I want to be so strategic in this one. I want to be I want it to be to the letter. Like, oh yeah, I got that. Let me go to the office and get it for you. I got that too. Yeah. I want to make sure that we are set. There's nobody that can come in and say, well, did you, or you don't have, and you don't this, and you don't that. I need to make sure that I'm good. So between you and Cara and SBA, I think I'm going to be set.
And you said something very key. I mean, for me, one of the things that I've learned through COVID was how to pivot with purpose. How to pivot with purpose and understand that pivoting is not a bad thing. Pivoting allows for you to be able to be very strategic. And if that means that you need to re-examine what you're doing to make sure that you're COVID proof, to make sure that you do that, because this is just COVID. So understanding, that we do done anywhere virtually, and understanding how, your business needs to be able to be so in line with you. That part right there is really key. Making sure that you're doing exactly what you've been created to do and not holding anything back. That's one of the things that I learned through COVID, just being able to pivot. And what I really learned even more is pulling the trigger. There's a lot of different things that are inside of me that the world needs. And now that we're at this place where people are standing still, you have people's attention because of what's going on. It makes it just that much easier to present what it is that you have in front of a ready audience, because people who've been working 9 to 5s all this year, or for as many years as they can remember, they're thinking like, I've always wanted to write the book. I've always wanted to start the business. I've always wanted to do the nonprofit. I've always wanted to do this. I want to do that. So now that they're at home more, they're able to really, sit on a webinar, take their lunch break uninterrupted.
Absolutely.
Themselves on what I want to do to fulfill self. That's huge. We get so caught up in everything else, we're not fulfilling self. And that's why I love being that identity coach, to really speak to who you've been called and created to be. Because there's a reason why we're here. There's a reason why we're still breathing air. There's a reason why we're still walking the planet.
Absolutely.
So you know what your why is. And so
absolutely,
that part right there. And COVID taught a lot of people like, ooh, shoot, I go to a 9 to 5 that I cannot stay. Am I supposed to be doing this? And you're like, no, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So it allows us to pivot and shift and to release that baggage that we've been carrying for so long. And a lot of it is just lack of knowledge or lack of support from having people around us to really be like, why are you doing this again?
You know what I learned too? I learned that, because I've always said I want a 9 to 5, right? So that I know that this check is going to come at this time, every 2 weeks, every other week, every da-da-da-da-da, right? But what happens when COVID hit and that check don't come? What happens then? So I think a lot of a lot of this, we can look at it a million different ways. But me, I'm going to look at it in a spiritual way and say the reason COVID hasn't is because I need to know, what if that check doesn't come?
Yeah.
Then what?
Then
you
what?
can't. It's no fault of the job. They didn't just let you go one day and was like, okay, Makita, you're fired. It wasn't the fault of the job. Everybody in that job is now on furlough or laid off or working from home with reduced hours or whatever have you. So it's no fault of the job. It is literal natural disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us never got a dime of unemployment.
Right. That part.
Not one dime. What now? What? It always comes back to now what? It always comes back to now what. So
Always.
my now what was now what? So when I tell you, if nothing else, the pandemic helps me with me. It helps me with me and my vision and what I was going to do differently and how to pivot. Just like Takara just said, pivoting was vital for me. Pivoting, even with the talk show, I was, no fault of anybody that has a studio space and all of that. That is absolutely great. But there are, for me, too many streams of social media, because you're going to stream it on social media anyway. Mm-hmm. It's too many streams of social media for me to go rent another space.
Right.
I can do it right here. It don't look bad. You see the walls, you see my banner. I mean, a little space in your home or whatever your case is. For me, this is easier to come downstairs and do this in my space. When it's done, I turn everything off. I go back upstairs. I don't have to worry about the snow, because people that know me, I don't drive in the snow. I don't have to worry about the rain. I'm at home. Put your clothes on, put your makeup on, get to the computer. The same stuff that you were going to do to go out, it's no big deal. And I'm saving gas.
That part too.
I'm saving gas. So I don't knock anybody to do anything. I'm going to keep my 9 to 5 until God says, okay, now you can walk away. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going, do what I got planned and then walk away from my 9 to 5. I actually like my job. I really and truly do. I like both of them, to be honest. But I do know there's going to be a time that it's no longer that. I can no longer do that. Yeah. I don't have the time because I have to be here. Yeah. I can't be at the school. I can't be, at Lane Bryant or whatever have you. I have to be where I started.
Yeah.
So I know it's coming, but that purpose and business. So do you all ever feel overwhelmed? Because I do.
Heck yeah. What?
The looks on y'all faces was like, you should just ask me that. Like, okay.
That is why I created the journal. That's why the journal was created, okay? Because sometimes as an entrepreneur, which is why I like coming on your show, because we can keep it real too.
Yes.
You want to cuss. Okay? You want to cuss. You want to scream. You want to throw stuff. Sometimes, man, when you might have a complete Murphy's Law day, okay? Yeah. And then you have a Murphy's Law day, you're like, I quit. I give up. You want to tap out. It's like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. And especially entrepreneurs who don't have staff.
Say that part again for the people way in the back, because they don't hear. You know what I'm saying? They think this is the glamorous life. And don't get me wrong, it really is, but there's work.
Oh yeah.
You don't wake up one day and was like, yeah, this is me. Hi. No. Yeah. There are days that I cry.
For the people who be pocket watching and all of that type of stuff, let me tell you how.
You have to call both like, whoa, yes.
Building a business from the ground up and not getting loans and stuff, because I went that route. I used my big corporate check that I was getting to start my business, and I'm thinking like, oh, I make good money. I make like almost $90,000 a year. So look, I'm good. No, because you don't realize what you need until you start the process. So in order to build a business, even my business where I'm just pushing paperwork, I have to make sure all the programs. I was one of the recipients that had Adobe 10 years ago. I bought Adobe for $500. 10 years ago, because before it was like monthly priced. Okay.
Right, that part.
Yeah. So you have to have certain stuff. Microsoft needed to be paid for the license and stuff like that. Even before Google slid on in here,
Right.
before they got to where they are, you literally have to pay for things. You have to take money that you make and put it back into the business.
Yeah.
And it's just like with the t-shirt company. Listen, this was not my ministry. I never wanted to do this. This came about actually doing radio. I created a hashtag Pretty Women Do Radio. And my co-host was like, well, you should just sell the shirts because everybody likes the shirts. I was like, well, let me figure out how to make it into something else besides Pretty Women Do Radio.
There you go.
And I went there, and what a lot of people don't know is the Pretty Women does not stand for women that are beautiful. We are all beautiful anyway. Mm-hmm. It stands for women can do pretty much anything and make it look pretty when it's ugly. Okay? So we see the ugly side of stuff.
Absolutely.
Not taking nothing away from the men, because it is some men out here that be hustling too now. They do their thing too. But we see the ugly side, and then people be like, well, I never knew that you was going through that. Or I never knew that you was that stressed out. Or, I made it look pretty. So that's where the Pretty Women came from. Okay? It didn't really come from the look thing. So that's just the added bonus that the word means that we're beautiful. So if it do help somebody with their self-esteem or something like that, I'm for that too. Like, it can be versatile with the meaning.
Yeah.
But that's the story behind it though. But I'm just like overwhelmed. They need to make another word because it's something beyond that. It's something beyond overwhelmed. We don't have staff. I had an intern, my first intern this year, and she was amazing. A young 16-year-old young lady. And I miss her. School started back. I'm so like, oh my God. Where's she at? I'm like, you want to work for me on the weekends?
Like, just a little bit.
I'll take you on the weekends. Yes. So, so the overwhelming part comes when I feel like when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing as well, and then when everything is manifesting, if you're not overwhelmed, then you're really not doing something right. Something is missing. Something is missing. If you're not overwhelmed with something, if you're not losing friends, or if people not aggravated with you, or
honey, you preaching tonight, honey.
You're not going to the parties, and you're like, I can't go because I gotta work, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Boy, you're not doing something right.
Try the family function. The family function. You tell the family I can come.
So there's this saying. What is the saying? If you can sleep at night, your vision is not big enough. Or something. Baby, I slept all day yesterday because I have not slept in months. I bought a new bed thinking that it was going to be
the midnight hour every single night. You hear me? And my body still get up at 6. I can go to bed at 4. I'm right back up at 6 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock.
So I'm
looking at the clock like, I know you don't say no 6. I know this clock don't say 6 o'clock. And I know my body is not woke and I just laid down.
Yes.
And even when I'm traveling, I'm still up at 6. Like, it's like, I'm on a different time zone. My body's still taking over. I'm like, ugh.
Do you all go on vacation and that's when you get clear?
Hold on, time out. Because now you all up in my Kool-Aid. Okay? Hold on.
If you put me on vacation?
Look here. Hold on. So I am not, it's the holiday weekend. I'm visiting my grandma. We decided to take a family trip. And at first I was fighting it because I was like, a whole week? So that's just me. Because I didn't realize I needed this. Because I won't say, we need to come up with another word other than overwhelmed, because a lot of it's a really great thing to be overwhelmed because it allows you to know that you're actually working your vision.
Right.
So if you're not overwhelmed, like we said, something's going on, because your vision needs to be way bigger than you. Your vision needs to be able to reach generations way past you being on this planet. That's how I feel about vision.
I'm with you.
And I'm on vacation and I'm up early, or just walking around the house, and God is dropping nuggets. Restructure this, add to this, do this. Here's this idea, and I'm like, I can't keep up. Where's my notebook? Because it's a refreshing. And as entrepreneurs, you have to find a healthy outlet to be refreshed, because we have to keep our fuel burning. We have to have fuel to burn. We have to figure out what that fuel looks like for ourselves. Because what I've learned is that I can't get it from somebody that doesn't understand this entrepreneur walk. It's fine. I'm cool with it. But I need people around me that understand. Like, I don't have little vision. I got like eagle span.
Yeah.
Huge. And understanding that, I need a moment to just But as an entrepreneur, we really don't get that, because our brain is always going. It's always something. Because like me,
always
all the time. And I'm like, but I'll say this. We have to start questioning ourselves. How does this come into alignment with the vision? If it's not in alignment with the vision, is it just a good idea for a season that's not going to be able to carry us within the vision? So that's one thing I'm starting to check myself with. If it's something that I can implement and it makes sense with everything that I do, cool. If it's something that's just cool to do, I need to weigh out these things now, because the vision is becoming more alive every day. And it's expanding. Clients coming out of, I heard about you from such and such. Facebook friends that are now inboxing me out of nowhere. How long you been watching, boo? For real?
The vision and alignment with your purpose.
Gotta be.
All gotta go. Like, you know what I'm saying? It all has to go together. Yeah. Otherwise, you're gonna be back at square one, because you're not gonna be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can make we can make a bunch of money. All of us on this show has made a lot of money at one point in time, and we walked away from corporate America to do what aligns with the vision, right? Yeah. I'm next in line. I'm not walking away just yet, but I am next in line. Because I just feel like, absolutely, I love what I do, but that's not my purpose. That's not my calling. I got a bigger vision. I got a bigger purpose that's happening right now. And if I don't walk in that, then I'm going to be miserable.
Yeah.
And it's fun now, because I love my coworkers and I do great with what I do. But there's going to come a time, if I pass this up, and I'm going to be like, why do I have to go to work today? I don't want to go to work. I don't want to see the building. I don't want to go in the building. I don't want to step, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to get to that point without having what I'm supposed to do ready.
Jesus.
I have to be ready for that. So I got pen to paper, y'all, but y'all know I talk to y'all on the regular. So y'all know I got pen to paper. I gotta make this happen right now. And it's not a rush thing. It's not about rushing it. It's just the fact that I've been sitting on it for so long that now it's just time. It's not about, maybe you shouldn't do it yet. No, it's time. Yeah. And it's time. It's so much time, or so much time, or however that's worded. It's time, right? That is just coming together. I don't sit back and worry about it too much. I cry because I just can't believe that this is happening.
Yeah.
But not because, oh my God, and it's not an if. Is this gonna happen? No, it's not that. It's a win. Like, okay, so this needs to be put in place. This needs to be put in place. This gotta be happening. This has to happen. But all of those things, I just truly believe will happen effortlessly.
Yes. Yes.
I won't have to just beg and cry and plead. It's gonna happen effortlessly. Yes. But I gotta do my part, right? So let me get ready. But I already know when you ready, when you stay ready, you ain't never gotta get ready. And I know you ready. I know you ready. And Takara has been my right hand, left hand, right. I'm right-handed, so she's been my right hand. Like, she's right hand. Like, yep, let's go. Let's push this. So that's why this show was very important to me. It was so important because sometimes we just need somebody behind us, and we need to hear it from somebody else outside the family, somebody else other than our friends, somebody else other than our boyfriend, husband, fiance, whatever have you.
Absolutely.
Okay, push the vision, birth the business. What is your identity according to your purpose? We need that. We need that. So I wanted to bring you guys on just so you can tell the people, birth the business, push the identity. And I thought it would be great to have the two of you, like the two of y'all, and oh my God, the people that are most influential in my business life. Right? It's one more. I didn't put him on tonight because he working on some AOT stuff that we gotta get out because we got this big, huge fundraiser coming. But he's very influential as well when it comes to my business, which is why he's the business manager over AOT. So when I tell you, God has to just place people, where I needed them, when I needed them. So I'm very grateful for that. So, ladies, any last words, any last advice for our viewers? Because we got to get out of here. So give me some last advice. And how do we find you on Facebook and websites? How do we find you?
Okay. I'll go first. I'm going to be very, very brief, I promise. So my website is in construction. Like literally since I've been down here on vacation, I've tore it up. And listening to the download, so restructuring it. So the best way to reach me right now is my email address, and it's info@B as in boss, O as in office, S as in steel, I as in international, N as in Nancy, T as in Takara.com. info@bosint.com. So these are my last words, and I'm just going to say it like this. The late, great Dr. Miles Monroe said that the richest place on this planet, in the earth, are graveyards. Why? Because people die without birthing their potential. That's in your mind. So when you get to that place where you're like, I don't think, they said I can't, never seen it done. No, if you're the one to birth this purpose out, you will do it in your timing. So don't rush the process. Stop speaking ill of yourself. Stop looking at everybody's process, because you have your own journey that you have to fulfill, and you're needed in this earth.
Absolutely.
That part.
Woo! Those are my words these days. That part. I don't know who I got that from.
Yeah, because it's true. It's just that part. That part. So, Adelina, give us some last words, and how do we find you?
Well, I'm definitely going to leave you guys with a quote that's one of my favorite quotes by Warren Buffett, who is my business mentor. He just don't know it. So, Warren Buffett, if you ever see this, I've been following your module for so long. I haven't gotten to where you are yet, but one of these days, I'm manifesting. I'm speaking it into existence. I will be,
absolutely,
and not only because he's a rich guy, he is really a humble person. So, so no matter how great the talent or effort, some things just take time. You cannot produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. So
shut your face. That part.
So that is one of my favorite quotes by Warren Buffett, and that is what I follow when I do my workshops for Birth Your Business. It takes time, let it manifest, do your research, love on yourself first, and know that you are in a better place before you start your business. Keep a clear mind. Don't start a business if you got all this chaos going on.
Oh my God.
You won't be able to you won't even be able to be a good mother to your business or a father to your business. So those are the things that, is something that I would leave with people to do, is to let it take its course. Trust the process. Trust the entire process. Even if it don't seem like you where you should be, it's coming. Just hold on a little longer. It's coming. It's coming.
Yes.
And you can pretty much find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Beard Admin Services on all platforms, and then Pretty Women Series on Instagram and Facebook. My website is www.beardadminservices.com or prettywomenseries.com. So I got like 2 websites going on around here. So that's pretty much. And if you want to email me, info@beardadminservices.com or prettywomenseries@gmail.com. And then if you want to book a consultation, you can just visit my website and we can go from there. Oh, my 10-year anniversary is coming up next month. So I am hosting raffles and discounts on services. So follow my pages and stay tuned because it's going to be live. I've never done it. So this is a decade and I'm excited.
Yay.
So yeah.
I can't wait for the 10 month. I think I'm going to sneak right on in there and get my deposit in.
Yeah.
So, we got a lot of work to do. So I know I'm going to have to go ahead and do it then. So I want to thank you, ladies. Thank you for being here. I'm sure this is not the end for us. Y'all already know that, though.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So you guys will be back because we'll have a party on here to talk about how I got on y'all nerve during this whole process. Because right now we about to go to the delivery room, and so we will be back on here to talk about what it was like in the delivery room to birth this baby.
Yes.
So
That's a whole different subject, so I'm with it.
That part right there.
we about to go to the delivery room, y'all. I'm right there. My feet swole. I'm right there with this little baby.
Well,
it's absolutely been a pleasure with you guys. Always a good time.
Yes.
I really appreciate you having me on, Makita. It's good to see you, Takara. Get them beverages, get them adult beverages in while you're down south. Watch out for the bugs.
Yes.
I know, right?
I'm about to go party with my little brother. He's my god brother. He's turning 40 on the 7th. He's the 17th of September. I'm the 18th of September. So his birthday party is tonight. I'm gonna go take the shirt off and put on After 5 gear real quick.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go party with him. But I'm wearing flats. So y'all know, I'm wearing flats because my foot ain't going no heel yet.
Please.
And I'm gonna sit down somewhere. I'm gonna sit down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys.
Sat down.
Stop. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I appreciate both of you.
You are very welcome.
I appreciate you too, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, see you later.
Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.